Hi children, this is Venkatesh Farlu, Maths faculty. So today we have to discuss about the quadratic equations, which is 10th in 10th class 4th chapter. The weightage of the chapter is 1 mark questions, 1 mark question, 1 question and then 2 marks questions, 1 question, 4 marks questions, 1 question. Total is 7 marks questions, 7 marks. The total marks of weightage for this chapter is 7 marks. Okay, now I have to explain that what is the concept of this chapter. After then I will explain that all the important selected questions, what are the 1 mark questions, 2 marks questions and 4 marks questions, right? Okay, first one is, what is the general form of quadratic equation? In the previous class you know that what is quadratic polynomial. Ax square plus bx plus c is the quadratic polynomial which having the degree 2 in one variable. We can say that ax square plus bx plus c, but when we equate to 0 for this polynomial, then what we get that one is nothing but quadratic equation. So in this equation what here I taken that abc values are belongs to real values. They not be variables, they are real values. ABC, where ABC belongs to R and A should not be taken by 0. If you take A value 0, this whole term ax square, this whole term will becomes as 0, then it will becomes linear, it's not be a quadratic. So should not take A value 0. Then second one is, what the next concept is, roots of the quadratic equation, roots of equation, nothing but solution. In 9th class we learned that how to find the zeros of a quadratic polynomial by splitting that quadratic polynomial into two linear factors, right? Then each factor have to equate to 0. Then what you get, that is nothing but zeros of the polynomial. What the zeros of the polynomial as the same as the roots of the quadratic equation. Okay, what the actual mean of that root means, if you take any real value instead of this variable x which satisfies that equation, that one is nothing but root of the equation. I wrote here a real value which satisfies the equation is nothing but root of the equation. Suppose I taken a real value alpha is a Greek symbol letter, alpha, which satisfies this ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. This equation, for this real value will satisfies this equation. Satisfies means instead of x I have to substitute that a alpha square plus b alpha plus c is equals to 0. That means alpha will satisfy this equation, then only we can say that is the root of the equation. Then what the methods we have to find that roots of the quadratic equations? We have two different methods. One is factorization method, another one is by using formula. Factorization method, you know that by splitting the two linear factors, then equate to that what you get that factors to 0, you will get that roots of the quadratic equation. Is the old method what we learned in the previous class, but by using formula, okay, is a formula to find that roots of a quadratic equation, that is minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a is the formula to find the roots of a quadratic equation, right? So in this formula, so this b square minus 4, especially that b square minus 4ac is nothing but discriminant, what it called discriminant, which is denoted by delta, symbol delta, right? So this delta is nothing but b square minus 4ac, which is called as discriminant, right? So we can say that the nature of the roots, without finding the roots, we can say the nature of the roots by using the discriminant. Suppose I gave in the table like here, so discriminant value. So I have to compare this compare this value b square minus 4ac to 0, right? When it is equals to 0, what the nature of the roots? When greater than 0, what the nature? Less than 0. Okay, suppose the discriminant value b square minus 4ac is equals to 0 means the roots are real and equal. The graph will comes like this. So actually the graph of the linear polynomial is a straight line, linear. But the quadratic means is the curved shape like this. This one we call it as parabola. In polynomial we learned that in 10th class second chapter, parabola, that one is parabola. Okay, when the nature of the graph of that polynomial, it will comes, b square minus 4ac is 0 means both the roots are real numbers and they are also equal. Suppose if you get that one value as 1 by 2, then second one is also 1 by 2. The graph will intersect the x-axis at only one point. When a is greater than 0, actually parabola, the graph of the quadratic polynomial will comes upwards means, when it will comes upwards means when a is greater than 0. What you taken in this quadratic equation, a value is positive, the graph will comes like this u-shaped curve which is opens upwards. If a is less than 0, the parabola will comes downwards. It shows by downwards, but it touches the x-axis at only one point. Why? Because it has both the roots which are equal to one another. Suppose if it cuts here 1.5, no, even one root is 1.5, then second one is also 1.5. Next, if the b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, which is positive value, if you get that discriminant value positive, greater than 0 means positive, then the roots are real and distant, both are different. Okay, na? The graph will comes like this parabola. It will intersect the x-axis at two distant points, which a is greater than 0. If it is less than 0 means it will comes downwards. It extends downwards like this. Okay, na? If the b square minus 4ac discriminant value is less than 0, the roots are imaginary and distant, not be real. Imaginary is nothing but not real. These two roots are reals, but this one less than 0 means the discriminant is less than 0, which has got that negatives. The negative number which is under square root is nothing but imaginary, so they are imaginary and distant. The graph never intersects the x-axis. If any parabola which never intersects the x-axis means the zeros, zeros are the not reals, they are imaginary numbers. If a is greater than 0 means, already I told you, it comes upwards, it moves like upwards. If it is less than 0, it comes downwards. I hope you understand is the actually concept of this quadratic equations. So in the next video we'll teach that 1 mark questions, 2 marks, selected 1 mark questions and the selected 2 marks questions, 4 marks questions, important questions. మీరు ఇవి బాగా తరోగా చూసుకున్నట్లయితే మీరు ఎగ్జామ్కి చాలా బాగా చేయగలుగుతారని సంకల్పంతో ఇది స్టార్ట్ చేశాను. మీరు నా ఛానల్ని సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేసుకొని మీరు బెల్ ఐకాన్ నొక్కి మీరు షేర్ చేస్తారని ఆశిస్తున్నాను. థ్యాంక్ యూ వాచింగ్ వీడియో.